Hello, welcome to the Scarlet Owl Tavern. I am, as always, Chloe, your tavern keeper. Playing Chloe the Tavern Keeper. It's not confusing. Don't worry about it. And today I'm joined by a good friend that I'm so excited to have coming into the tavern today. You have not been here before, and I'm super excited to introduce you. What is your
Hello.
name?
Hello. I am Winona. And similar to Chloe, I will also be playing Winona.
Yay! Yes, my legal name is Chloe Tavern Keeper. That's what it says on my driver's license. I think that is Chloe the Tavern Keeper's legal name, though, is Chloe Tavern Keeper.
Yes, their middle name is The.
Yeah, exactly. Um, anyway, I guess the best place to start out is just, well, where is Winona today? Like, this isn't your first time in the tavern.
No,
What's
it's
she
not.
doing?
Yeah, it's not technically Winona's first time in the tavern. She has been there mainly in the background for everything that has been going on. She is a sort of adventurer by trade, mostly monster hunter. She goes out on contracts with other people to get paid for dispatching monsters, whether it be killing or just relocating them. But say when she's off the clock, when she say doesn't have a job to do and she has enough money to go around, she's been going to the Scarlet Owl Tavern just to have some peace and quiet and nice background music because she's a writer. They say she loves this sort of old tavern setting. She loves getting her drink. She has her own little routine of she goes in, she'll go gets her drink, which is either an amaretto sour or a coffee of
Ooh.
say coffee, and she
Mm-hmm.
goes to one of the booths and say usually by the window just chills with her laptop and starts writing.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's what I love amaretto sours, by the way. Good choice. Um, yeah, I think in that case, like, Chloe's probably served you then
Mm-hmm.
a couple times.
Oh
She's
yeah.
probably, this isn't your first time talking, at least
Mm-hmm.
like, interacting.
Yeah.
Um,
Very
but
much small talk and stuff.
yeah, doesn't hasn't really had a chance to. I would say probably whenever you happen to come in, she's in the middle of either like running around and serving other people or just like doesn't have time to kind of stop and inquire about you. Like she's always in the middle of something or like she'll serve you and then
Mm-hmm.
there'll be an explosion upstairs. She's like, "Oh, well, bye," and she'll just leave.
Yeah.
So one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Winona has sort of gotten the vibe that this is a crazy place. There's always something happening, and she's like, "Huh?" I
Yeah.
say, as long as they don't say, as long as it doesn't bother, like nothing hurts me or like ruins my laptop, I don't really care. And she just goes to her usual spot and just sits down, put on some headset, say her headphones, and just chills. I can almost see
Yeah.
I can almost see like the tavern just being on fire, and you can just see her in the background like this is fine, and she doesn't even notice everything.
Noise canceling headphones really can do so much.
Yeah, it's like that one scene in Spider-Man where the librarian is just listening to music, just doing his own thing while Spider-Man is fighting in the background.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Yeah. Um okay, fun. I think in that case then you've probably already come in and have begun working. Like I think it
Mhm.
is one of those like just regular routine situations.
Mhm.
Um, again, like Chloe seems busy, or maybe it wasn't even. Maybe it was like Meadow who restricted her or something.
Mhm.
Uh, you don't see her around for a bit. Um, and then I want to say there's just another glass gets plunked down on the table, and someone slides into the booth across from you.
I'm gonna make say let's see. I'm gonna make a perception check to see
Yeah.
how jolted is Winona.
Mm-hmm.
See how much do you rumble her? Okay, that's funny. That's a 2 plus a 1 equals 3. She is fully rumbled, and she like doesn't jump out of her seat, but she's like, "What the?" And she's like, "Ha!" And she like looks up. This is.
Does I mean, okay, what is she drinking right now?
Let's see. Let's roll a D2. Is this in the morning? Is this in the morning or in the evening? One for morning, two for evening. One for morning. She spills her latte.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, just with a 3, you probably end up knocking it over. I'm gonna make a dex save to see if I can catch it. That's only a 13. I don't think it completely spills. Yeah?
Actually, I have a funny thing to do just to kick off this interaction
Yeah.
because and for the people in our audience, Chloe has allowed me to do add one or two of my homebrewed spells from my project. So the
Yay.
moment, so one of those spells is called Shadow Puppet, and one of the things that Shadow Puppet can do is you can interact with an object. The description said you can wrap the object in a dark tendrils and hurl it at a target creature within range. I'm not going to hurl it at anyone, but I am going to use it to catch my coffee. As Chloe just sees this spell that she has never seen in her life, where dark purple tendrils come out of her fingers just to catch the coffee in mid like flight, and she freezes for a second, then just sighs in relief as the coffee is saved. The coffee is not spilled.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Wow. Hi. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's
Good
okay.
good job. Good catch. Good catch.
Thank you. Yeah, you spooked me as as she slowly brings as the tendrils slowly come back to her, and she grabs her coffee in her own two hands and sighs and takes a long swig just to calm her own nerves.
Yeah, Chloe is so staring at that and your hands for sure. She's like eyes locked on. I didn't mean to. Sorry. I thought you heard. Well, I guess you wouldn't. Sorry. Whew.
It's okay.
You?
No harm, no foul. I say the coffee is safe.
Okay. Whew. Good. Yeah, I haven't ever seen that before.
Oh.
That technique before. That's really cool.
Oh, she does give a little blush. Oh, that's actually a spell I made.
You. Oh, wait. You're a magic user. You made it?
It's nothing much. As she rubs the back of her neck.
No. That's so much. Like Chloe had to set down a drink, and she's immediately like shoving it aside and is like leaning on like her like elbows on the table. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, I made a few. I made say I can't test them all out because I'm partial bard, partial sorcerer, but I've written other spells that other magic users could possibly use.
like I don't know, like let's say like a wizard or something.
Yeah, I got a whole list. She's gonna let's see, where's my D10? She's gonna roll a hammer space.
Chloe's pupils dilate like a cat. I said that and then Indy meowed outside of my door. Hi, bud.
Oh. Yeah, she go and as she ruffles through, she goes on. Okay, that's a 3. She does get it out. She's like, yeah, I study though arcane arts aren't my full forte. I'm a writer I'm a writer. I do adventuring to pay the bills, but my passion's for writing. But I also like writing a lot of stuff that like pertains to like worlds. Like I like world building, to say as my favorite writing hobby, and I was like, hey, I say I'm writing this one world that'd be really cool if there's some cool spells that I say could like was just like pertain to that world, what and stuff. And she pulls out this one large like almost journal slash notebook, and I need to switch to my laptop really quickly. I am triple screening today.
Wow. We love triple screening.
And she pulls up this large journal that has a black leather cover, and it has this symbol on the front. Once I get it.
Oh. Yeah, there's an immediate like interest for sure. Yeah, she's locked on to you. She was just coming to have a chat. Now you're suddenly so much more interesting. Like she thought you would be interesting, but this is like exceeding her expectations.
But yeah, how high level can you perform spells? As she flips open her book, which looks to be very organized.
Good, good. Oh, well, I mean, technically, I can cast up to fifth level spells.
All right. Say as she say let's see, fifth level, fifth level. Ah, here we go. And she gives you this small say I'll post it in the rolling, but she gives you this small list. Which one of these spells look cool to you?
Oh, um,
Also, as she like looks in this book, you can tell she has written spells up to 8th level, but she's sort of like turned to your attention to the ones you can actually do.
mm-hmm. Um, yeah, for sure. Oh gosh, what would catch? I mean, paper wings would catch her eye for sure, but I also think,
Also, for the
oh,
people who
air
are
cutter.
curious, here is the other spells on the wizard list.
Yay! Yeah, I think she like pours over it. She's like, well, I mean, frankly, all of them. I'm gonna be so honest. I do like. Okay, so Air Blade definitely interests me. I do love, blades and that style of fighting, but also what paper wings? Paper. What does that do?
She gives a little chuckle. And you could tell that Winona's locked in too. She's so happy that you're very interested in her work.
Well, she makes it easy to be interested in her work.
Paper wings, as she flips through it and she goes to here. Aha! Right here. I say both wizards and rangers can perform this spell. And she shows you a small description of the spell.
Hmm. Oh my god, this would be I tried to do this with a friend once, and it wasn't like this, but we tried to make whoa, this is very elaborate. How long have you been working on this?
Uh, she she looks a bit bashful. Uh, 5 or 6 years, give or take.
Yeah, I mean I don't that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. This is extremely detailed.
I like to make sure all the details are in there, especially since I can't technically perform this, but I want to make sure if someone else tries it out, they could try to say there'll be a step-by-step process if this does work. I've tried out all the spells that I could possibly do, but I've never Well, had anyone try out any of my other spells? Other than maybe one or two occasions?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you ever need someone to test them out, I sure do have the ability to, cast wizard things and
I mean, you could go ahead. I say if you want to try it, I'd be more than willing to say let you try and say give these spells a run or two. You can copy them down if you want.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Um, we're this is actually great. We're working on a training grounds out back right now too to be able to, you know, test things in a more safe setting. Because before now, I've done a lot of testing in our lab, and it's kind of small, and also fire's my thing. I do a lot of fire, but that's this is a wood building,
Yeah,
and I'm kind of tired of rebuilding it. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm kind of tired of rebuilding it. I've done it a lot, and I'm well prone to doing it again at some point. I'm sure, but
yeah. This place is a very she like pauses for a second. Lively place. You can tell she's trying to be polite.
yeah, things. The plot really likes it here. It's a very central area, a hotspot, if you may, for shenanigans and narratives and people just coming and messing things up sometimes. So you know,
Yeah. Thankfully, I've been able to dodge most of it. Say between the craziness of the tavern, I had to say you have a really nice tavern here. I say I love coming over between jobs just to get some writing done.
yeah, I was gonna ask you what you work on. I've seen you around, and I've always been too busy to come and ask.
Oh
But
no, don't don't worry about me. I'm just another customer. You don't have to worry about me.
no, 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 no. You're not just. You are a patron of this tavern, just like everybody else. And I love to know and care for my patrons. So if I don't know my patrons, then what kind of tavern keeper am I?
Ah, you shouldn't bust yourself too much over it. Many people come through your doors. You don't have to memorize every single face.
Well, uh, I remember your face. I don't have remember your name. Who was
Oh,
it?
yeah. I don't think we properly introduced. Yeah. My name is Wina, and she goes over to like shake your hand.
Yeah. She shakes back. She's like, I suppose my reputation probably precedes me, but I am Chloe, the tavern keeper.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, word gets around in
Mhm.
my tavern. I guess that would be obvious. But yeah, no, listen, I am more than happy to help you test these spells and to like have you around. What are you writing exactly? Is it just more spells? Are you just is that your thing?
It sort of was a byproduct of a certain, say, story I was writing. I got so in. I mean, it's still not technically done, and I've maybe gone a little bit overboard. I may
Like
have.
a novel?
Yeah. Well, kind
Ah,
of. Do you play board game? Well, do you play board games? Or have you
yeah,
heard of tabletop RPGs?
believe it or not, I have.
I
Yes.
I'm writing my own little setting. I love writing settings. World say I mentioned world building, and I sort of meant that. Say I like writing different settings for tabletop RPGs. It's a hobby, but I'm hoping one day I can make it my full time job.
Give me an insight roll.
I will roll an insight roll.
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
Okay, it's not bad. That's a 15.
Yeah, I would say for a 15, um, you're explaining this, and although she's like still interested and is smiling, is like, yeah, that seems really cool. There's like a hint of something underneath. It's like oh no, table, oh no, like she's aware. There's something that almost scares her about that.
Say, I'm gonna roll something really quickly. See if Winona actually
Hmm.
reacts. See if Winona reacts on that. Oh, that's an. Oh, yeah, she does. She's like, "Are you okay?"
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I've never Sorry, that sounds very interesting. I've never played one of those before. Just heard things about them.
Yeah. Uh, Dungeons and More Dungeons is a popular system. I say, though I'm trying to be a bit system agnostic, though I'm definitely started on that one.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I I just the whole I mean you're just kind of making stuff up though, right? Like it's you just kind of say stuff and make it happen. That's the whole game, right?
Yeah. Say, yeah, it's a role playing game, and we basically build stories together. Say, it's for the people that want to adventure but can't really do it, sort of get still be able to do it, and it's sort of expanded out to this larger hobby where it say like you can go into space, you can say some say I know there's this one say setting that so I say one of the bigger publishers just published out that has to do with like a cool retro sort of futuristic underwater setting. Say of course grimdark fantasy and like eldritch
Multiverse
horrors.
travel and
Yeah.
various things. Interesting. Yeah,
Though
there's
me,
a
I'm say though me, I'm sort of a little bit of an oddball. I there's this one say I've been writing this say sort of setting based off a video game that I like.
oh, that's interesting. Is it like so it's never been done before? Is it a
Not say
fighting game
I
or
no, it's an action game. It's called Hollow Knight. It's a little indie title.
oh, I can't say I've ever heard of it.
Yeah,
But you know,
it's not very popular, but I like it, and I thought the world could be really used well with a setting. Of course, others have sort of tried, and say there has been some other like smaller creators have done free stuff, and I've been sort of popping up as a bigger say as a bigger player to it just because I have written so much about it.
well, I mean that's a sign of a success, right? Like that's very cool.
Yeah, can't really sell it because copyright
Mm,
things, but
copyright.
yeah, but at the
Yeah,
same time, it's
just
just like I'm not very sure if I would want to. Mainly because like this has sort of been a passion project of mine. This is all straight from the heart.
wow, that is honestly such a cool like life ambition. I I don't blame you. I mean copyright's easy to get around. You just swap some letters around, and usually it's okay. But it's it's better to have that sense of I don't know. You're self aware. You're respectful about it. That's cool.
She does blush a little bit as she smiles. I say thanks. Again, been working on it for so long. It feels like it'll never end, but I know I'm getting close to the end now. You just need to do some background, speech, languages. We're trying to say I have say some other people and say that are helping me with the project. We're trying to edit some old stuff that we started with back in the day, and we're trying to update it now because you learn a lot within like 6 years. You know?
Oh God, yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, this tavern's only been around for I guess it started it like, a little over 4 years ago. So and it's changed so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really cool to see it change and everything.
Yeah, it's honestly grown. I mean, when I first started it, I thought it would maybe have a couple people, and then more people came, and then more people, and then people just came and hung out like you, and like you said, it's a very lively place. There's a lot of stuff that happens, and not all of it is necessarily on the surface safe or, I guess, good for a tavern to have. People still stay, so I don't know. I guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah, but this is also Inkwell. Crazy stuff happens everywhere.
Yeah, fair. You know what? Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, it's kind of constant here.
Well, keeps you on your toes at least.
Yeah, sure does. Um, gosh, I
Yeah. So maybe telling me a little about yourself. I know you're the tavern keeper, but what else do you like to do when you're not on the clock?
oh well, I don't know. I guess I'm always quote unquote on the clock, but well, I have a lab upstairs, and I like to experiment with different. I've been getting into potions lately and brewing things to try to help make just little magical effects for the drinks. You know, make it fun, make the menu a little more exciting, give it a little magical touch. And the byproduct of that has been a lot of other very powerful things that I can't put into drinks on a menu because they're a little too dangerous. But that's what I do often. Or gosh, I've been getting into inventing again a little bit and working on some custom magic stuff of my own. So
Ooh,
you
is it
can
like
imagine my
weapon? Is
delight.
it like weapons or like magical, say, items?
Mostly weapons. Although items and stuff help too. So my friend that I helped tried to make wings for once. They were more mechanical, but we were trying to add magic to them to make them work, so that you could just anyone could slip it on and attune to it, and you know kind of have a set of wings to fly with. But that's so hard. That's so hard, and it was never perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of started working on that again.
That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, this sort of spell sort say the one say paper wings was just sort of one that is a like I always like doing crafts and stuff. I used to be big at making like, little ninja stars, paper ninja stars, It's a
Oh yeah.
but I was like, I wonder if you could say with enough paper you could maybe make a spell out of that. And just by tinkering for a while, say, well, I made this. It's not perfect, probably, but it's a again sort of my side hobby to my side hobby. Didn't think I'd be getting into spells, but when you get really into world building, you then start to think of, say, well, what kind of spells that could they have in this new world? I say, will be unique to them, or weapons. Like, I say, what's a unique weapon or fighting style? I even drew up theories for possible, well, classes.
Wow. Yeah, you've done your extensive research and work then. Do you
Yeah.
think, I
Hmm?
mean, I don't know how much you know about the multiverse, but like, do you think there's a universe out there that's like the one you're creating?
She does give a little chuckle. String theory. I heard that a little bit, say, during magical studies. I don't
Mm-hmm.
say, but I say, I don't know. I think it's a fun idea to play around with. I'm not very sure if there is one, but it's a fun thing to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, crazy to think that, the stuff that you're writing could just be created somewhere. Uh,
Yeah, it seems kind of insane to me, but it is sort of funny to say it's fun to fantasize about. Actually jumping into the world you created.
yeah, right. Yeah. But, that's just, fun to think about, I guess. I
Yeah.
have always thought like what if there'd be a way, because I like movies too, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if you could film something, right? You could film a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be whatever. You can do it, you could do it with costumes and set dressing and stuff to make it look like whatever you want. But that's all fake at the end of the day. Like it's there, but it's made out of styrofoam, or there's safety pins in the back of the jackets. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But could you take a film that you shot and then enchant it to come to life? Could you then somehow make it into its own little pocket world? You know, it's just based off of the stuff that you made fake, but it's real inside of the real inside of the real. I guess.
Maybe one day. I remember an old magical item that I saw a while back. It's like painted house or something that you can actually like pop up and you can live in it for like 8 hours or so. So maybe one day they'll say magical technologies can be advanced enough to do that. Would be
Right.
fun.
I know. Yeah, I thought that would be so interesting, but until then, I'll just keep making films with the stuff I have. But
Side hobby is say also filmmaking.
yeah, yeah, trying to do it more now, but it was always in the back of my mind, especially when I was first starting the tavern. But yeah, now it's like I have all these people that come here, and I have a bunch of people who have different skills and stuff. Might as well let's all work together and do something. Maybe you could write for it.
I actually wouldn't mind that at all. I've always wanted to like dabble in screenwriting, and I kind of have in a way to pass with ideas for like trailers for my worlds or writing little stories and everything. Well, I write a
Yeah.
lot. It's just like, but I've always loved movies. I love TV shows. I love movies. So screenwriting's always been interesting me. So I'm probably just babbling. I'm sorry, but I say I would love to try to help.
No, that's amazing. I mean, that's awesome to know. I was thinking about asking you. Well, I guess Rada too. Have you met
I
Redacted?
I haven't really met really any of. I've technically met one person, but I haven't been really social here. I don't know. I once I
Hey,
get
you come here to
talking, I
work. I get
what?
it. You come here to work. You lock in. Every time you're here, it's like you're getting stuff done. I respect that.
Yeah, I do lock in. I sort of drown out almost everything. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good or bad habit to have.
Hey, I sometimes wish I could drown out everything that happens around here, and then I hear someone yelling "Story!" and then I have to go and check it out and make sure that there's nothing crawling around the lab that shouldn't be, or
Make
people.
sure there's no stray fireball building down part of the building.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Although sometimes the fireball's from me, so I can't always be let off the hook for that one. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
hey, the nice thing is, the tavern is relatively a safe place. No one can die in Scarlet Owl Tavern. It's a safe place to kind of play around and have fun.
Well, that's good to hear. But they say, yeah. I mean, I can probably show you. Say, you said you have a training. You're starting to have a training area out back.
Yeah, the one of our employees, Meadow, she sometimes works the bar upstairs at the broom closet. Kind of started putting together some training grounds since we've had a couple run-ins with some nice people, and she thought it would be worth making sure everyone is able to keep themselves safe if anything like that happens. And I'm not here to protect people, or Lewis, our bouncer, isn't here, and just better safe than sorry. But like I said, again, no one can die in Scarlet Owl Tavern, so there's never a real threat. Just
Bold claim to make, but I'm really say I'm glad to hear that you guys are very serious about safety.
yes, That's me. That's me, Miss Safety. Gotta make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah. But you shouldn't worry about me either. I say, hey, I can show you off one of my other spells. Give me a punch. As she sort of say as she sort of turns her shoulder to like put like sort of motion like punch her shoulder.
Ooh, are you sure? I don't want to.
Yeah, just give me
Well,
a punch.
all right, okay, all right, okay. I guess unarmed strike. Or do
Yep.
you have? Like, do I have to roll? Or are you countering? Okay.
No, say she's just say she's just letting you hit.
Well, I got a 3 plus 2, so uh, I think I don't. Well, for the funny, I think Chloe kind of just taps your shoulder without actually trying to do any damage.
As she taps her, as she goes to like tap her shoulder to do any damage, say she gives a small smirk as a reaction based say in meta terms. As a reaction, she bursts into a cloud of blue butterflies, and then say sort of teleports, reappears from like the blue butterflies and forms into a solid form near say at the bar, and she's just leaning up, sitting at one of the bar stools and sitting at the bar.
Chloe like looks around because she doesn't actually know where you went at first, and then spots you and like, oh, whoa, just like you're just like Mothman.
That's Elegy's wandering ward. Is say if I get hit by attack, I can basically say one time I can teleport. Say if I react fast enough, and say I can appear about 30 feet away. Say and I get increased. Say she also motions to her shoulders, which has like some like almost some blue butterfly polydrones. It also allows me to have increase to my AC for a little bit until say
Wow,
yeah.
that's very useful.
Mhm.
That's one of yours?
Yep. Elegy is, say
Wow.
in my lore, a well-known healer who has, say, come up with multiple spells of, or say, that are abjuration spells, mainly.
Yeah, right. So all of your spells and everything have kind of a connection to your story?
Yeah. I say Elegy is a healer. I say Jack is a serial killer. I say he was actually made by one of my other I say writers. I say writer friends. I say, but he also has some spells that are connected to him. Like
Wow. So you're making characters that aren't real, but they have spells, but they're based off of the characters?
mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're like sort of kind of similar to like now I'm trying to say me as a person I'm blanking to say what are those name spells that we see to say like no say now I remember say like Otto's
Like
irresistible dance like in our say in our world say
Jim's magic missile?
mm-hmm yep similar vein to there spells that are well known and are partially named after their creator.
Oh. Hey. I should have named some of my magic things after myself. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Hindsight is 2020.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Some
mhm.
and some of these spells are actually made by as they are actually influenced by some more like godlike figures like Grim Cadence is made by like a a nightmare creature. Sort of this that version of kind of hell but not really hell. Has been explained in the game too well as of yet. It's basically this dark traveling carnival, but yet they're technically godlike beings that suck on the feeling of the land. It's a long story.
I think yeah, she's just kind of staring at you like, huh, for a bit. But she's like, oh yeah, yeah, wow. I keep I keep being surprised and then remembering that you've been working on this for so long. Like, of course.
Yeah, I. This has been sort of my big project that I have been pouring a lot of my effort in, and it's been like, I mean, I love my other stories too, but also this one's sort of special to my heart.
Oh, but, well, I I must question. Is this your primary, I guess, line of work? Is this what you do?
Uh, Not really. I mentioned it, but I'm mainly an adventurer. Say as
Right,
my
but I mean,
primary. Hmm?
what kind of adventures? Like, you
Monster
could
hunter.
write. You can be an adventurer who. Oh, ooh, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
spells.
fascinating.
Yeah, they say the spells. Some of my spells that I've been trying out have really say say double take some say some creatures.
Yeah, for sure. Um, oh, that's so cool. I've only well, I never really dealt with a lot of monsters and creatures. I have Harold, who's my Hydra Goose, and then
Yeah,
I have dated a couple dragons, but besides that, like I most of my experience has been with other tunes.
yeah. I usually say I go. It goes in between either if the creature's like really disturbing people and like needs to be put down for other people's safety. I do that with a team, or most cases it's just relocations. It's like, hey, this one owlbear is getting a bit too close to town. It needs to be relocated to a proper area where it can live and thrive.
Oh, yeah, that that makes sense. That's a noble line of work. If there's ever an owlbear in the tavern, don't worry about it though.
Oh, do you have a pet owlbear?
Well, no, no. Just some one of them comes by occasionally, and she's nice. I mean, unless she's like hungry, in this case, she might look not nice, but I promise you, she's nice. And you can roll insight if you want. I'm rolling deception.
She will definitely roll insight.
That
Oh
is an
my
eight
gosh,
plus.
that's a
That is a
dirty 20.
12. Oh my gosh, that beats my 12 for sure. Yeah, no, Chloe's lying, absolutely lying. Um, yeah. Uh,
I will make sure to keep an eye out then. She sort of squints at you. She doesn't believe a word you say, but she will still respect
mhm.
you because you're the tavern keeper.
Incredible. Yeah. Yep, she's got her hands behind her back and she's like, nothing to see here. Ah, I gosh, I'm so glad I finally just talked to you. I can't believe we haven't talked before. I mean, I know I've been really busy, but like I feel bad for not talking to you before now.
It's okay. You've been busy with your own stuff, and I've been say, well, you shouldn't feel all that bad. I haven't been really social either. I've just been sort of dug into my own sort of work. I mean, the only time I really get free is between adventures is like rare, and when I do, well, not that rare, but it feels like I don't know. I feel calm, very calm when I'm here. And when I feel calm and just feel relaxed, I just also feel motivated to work. So it's not your fault. I should try to be more social.
Hey, don't worry about it. Really, do whatever I guess level of socializing works for you. Although, well, so I am I am sort of having a birthday party next week. So if you do want to come to that, you're welcome to. It's everyone's kind of dressing up, and it'll be a really fun, fancy party.
Oh, a birthday party. I'll I'll
Yeah,
definitely say that's very kind of you. I'll definitely see if I can be able to make it then.
yeah. I mean, if you're not, off relocating an owlbear.
Yeah, or dealing with a displacer beast, or having to do with a spare blink dog.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's again, just very noble of you because we need people to do that. So, mad respect for your work.
Thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not strong enough to deal with some things on my own, but I usually am contracted with a team.
That's good. That's good. I totally hear that. It's much easier to work, with a partner or with a small team.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, gosh, it's been so nice getting to know you.
Yeah, you too.
Rhinona, right? That was
Yeah,
it.
why not? Yeah. It's been nice talking to you too. Again, I should probably get to better to be a little bit more social. I mean, if you're free right now, I can show you some more spells.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, of course.
I would love to see some.
Yeah, of course. Uh, say just show. Say, do you think the training field's okay to test out
Oh
spells?
yeah, there's some dummies out there. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Say, lead the way.
Yeah, and I think we cut to them standing out back. And there's a couple like straw dummies that have been set up behind the tavern. Um,
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
some targets spray painted onto them.
Yeah. Why don't not? It's just like, yeah, this definitely feels like a say starter. Say they just built this, so it's just like, yeah, it makes sense. And say Winona smiles as she looks at the dummies, and then looks at her. Hey, you want to see something really cool?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Show me what you got.
All right. Say she sort of rolls her head, and like you could hear her neck crack and everything. And let me get the description of this particular spell. She takes out she goes into her pocket and takes out say takes out a wand, but it doesn't look like a normal wand. It looks it looks like a pen.
Oh, the pen is mightier than the sword.
It's a sort of very nice wooden wand with like a little jewel inlaid in it, a little pink jewel inlaid in it.
Aw.
And she holds out this wand, and she smiles, and say oh, like she's very happy about this, as she then shoots a laser of light and hits the target.
Whoa. What was that?
Crystal beam. This is a
Oh,
yeah. See,
yeah. I thought it was
say
on one of your lists. That was on the. Oh.
say does radiant damage, and as long as you can see the creature some way, you can actually do trick shots. As she then she looks around to see if there's like a barrel or something, and she then like aims her wand at the barrel, and then it sort of ricochets off the barrel and hits the next dummy.
Oh, what? How did you? Does it just? I mean, how do you aim it? How do you tell it to do that? What are you thinking in your head? I have so many questions.
Basic trajectory. So as long as I see something like that, and I say say that thing is behind a rock. As long as I am able to see it, I can try to like retrajectorizing similar to like a ball. Is say that's why I first sort of came with the idea where like you see these cool people do trick shots with balls where or bullets you can like they ricochet off a wall and hit a target right behind say a blocked area. I'm like, hey, you could probably do that with magic. So I thought the easiest way to do that would be like a light beam because like light can shine anywhere.
Yeah, I mean that's how light works. It bounces off of things, and that's how you see, and that's how science and the waves and oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that one's one of my
And you
favorites.
made it work. It wasn't just an idea though. Like you made it work.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm so happy for that one actually worked. Say worked out. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. What else you got?
Let's,
Oh, hold on.
uh-huh. So how's everyone doing? People having fun? You guys having fun? Don't say that's fair. Glad you guys are enjoying though. My little sippy, a drink. Also, shameless plug. If you guys want to look at all the other spells I've made for the Hollow Kingdoms project, you can find them right here. And for those listening in the future, I'll make sure to say this also gets in the description of this video.
Hi. Sorry about that. I'm back.
No, you're fine.
I might have to go soonish. There's some stuff I gotta deal with at my house, but
Okay, that's fair.
we're good for now. Yeah. Spells.
Yes.
Spells. Yes.
Spells.
Yeah. So I think I think the last thing I said was like, what else? What else you got? What are you? She's ready to be impressed.
Yeah. She smiles like, let's see, what would be a good spell, another good spell to show off? Maybe just some simple cantrips. She then let's see. Let's see. Which cantrip should I do? Oh, how about this? She then she's gonna reach into her hammer space again. All right, she takes out a small d20.
Oh. There's
And
recognition in Chloe's eyes.
she then her hands glow a little bit as the dice touch. Touch this die, and the die glows a little bit, then disappears. But you can definitely feel there's a small faint like aura magic around it. This spell's called Trace Tag. You can basically link yourself to this, any small tiny object, and you know the exact location of it within about 300 feet. And additionally, you'll be able to tell if the object's being held or being used by a creature, but you don't know who technically is doing it. But you this the spell also is immune to any divination magic and any divination magic that has an effect to find stuff until the spell ends. And then the spell and then the and say then the item just turns back to normal and you can track it.
That's how long does it last?
An hour.
Wow. Oh, that's I'm always losing my my good mixing spoon for drinks and stuff whenever I'm there because I'm wandering around. I get distracted. Just having that available would be actually so helpful.
Yeah, it's sort of niche, but say I basically that's also why I've made the spell. I lose stuff so easily. And
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Make the magic for what you need it for, and then others will need it too because
mhm.
we all lose stuff. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Then there's this one. And why don't it say basically say puts the dice back into her hammer space and then she then say let me get the spell description up. Say as she then say she's like, oh wait, right, I need is this. As she then takes say she reaches into her hammer space again, and she pulls out a little lantern, and she lights it and puts it on the ground, and basically she reaches out her pen and shadows coalesce around the thing and then goes around the light and basically say for the duration all non-magical say bright light around you within the range becomes dim light and all non-magical dim light becomes darkness and weak
Oh,
and weak flames such as a candle within the range are snuffed out until the spell ends. The darkness say created by the spell is not treated as magical for the purposes of dark vision, meaning creatures with dark vision still can't see you.
ah, I I don't even know how that works. I can't even wrap my head around how that works.
It's similar to the crystal spell, but sort of the reverse of it. And say instead of using light to refract, I refract light away from the object to make it look darker.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense when you say it, but I'm looking at it and it's not it looks so un unreal. It's so cool. I So a lot of your stuff is like
Light,
light
dark,
stuff?
light and darkness are two of my favorite stuff. But there's other ones that I did there. I can't technically cast it yet, but there's a wall of spores that you saw on your list. There's also the paper wings. I also have, say, in later levels, mass sleep and power word sleep for some spell lists. Also, say at least for me, say bards, there's stuff like nightmare where you can cause people to have nightmares, or dream strider where you can actually go into other people's dreams and mess with them a bit.
Oh, ooh. Oh. Hmm. There's also a recognition in that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this world, people say people are hit or miss on it. It's lore accurate because in the game you can actually technically go into others people's dreams.
I guess yeah. I guess that makes sense. That's still I've done some dream magic stuff, and it can be scary. It can be weird. It can be weird. It mainly can be weird.
Yeah, it could be weird. But there's other things other than that that I also played around with. I noticed that there's not many good, well, kind of good like acid spell and poison spells. I put some more stuff in there for that. Also, some stuff that pairs well with some of, say, with one of those classes that I had a theory of having a new class, say, making a new class that someone could train to become. Say, but yeah, it's a little bit of everything, but there is say there is a lot of darkness and lightness also along with that, along with some sort of unique stuff like elegies. Say elegy stuff. Say again mainly abjuration, but say there's sort of this purification that you can get in late, say like a ninth level where you can just purify someone.
Yeah. I'm with you
You can,
there.
yeah, it's like you can not only heal their body, but you can heal their soul.
That's again, like all of this is just and you've just been sitting in my tavern for months and I've never talked to you about it. This is crazy.
Yeah, but again, you shouldn't beat yourself up over it. I haven't really made an effort either.
Well, from now on, I will make a point to check in with you. And maybe you can show me new things that you find or new things that you're working on. Or again, if you need help, I can always come test out some of the wizard stuff. Or
Yeah.
artificer stuff, if you have that too.
I say, what was that second thing?
Artificer?
Artificer? Yeah, I got tons of. I got spells for every single class.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to like a spell day, you know?
Oh yeah, I got tons of spells. I say artificer. What's a fun artificer spell that you could maybe look at? She flips through her book. You can definitely use crystal beam. Say lifeblood lifeblood barrier is pretty good, but say if you're caring for safety, maybe you should try LG's Greater Cure Wounds. Or you can also make a crystal wall. Or there's static net. Static net is also fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'm
I
rambling.
well, no. It's really very interesting. It's so cool that you just have all this.
Thanks. I haven't really shown many people this, and it's nice to say for, well, you to think it's cool.
I mean, I don't know how you could not. Like, I don't know a lot of other people who can have a whole book of spells they've made for the past 6 years. Only like the most prestigious magic users.
I wouldn't call myself prestigious. More dedication than anything. And
Hey, but you know
stubbornness.
what? How does anyone get anything done if they're not a little bit dedicated and a little bit stubborn?
I guess you're right on that one.
Yeah, I know from experience.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely let you like copy down a few say spells into your say your spell book. Say if you want to test them out.
Yeah, I would love to.
Man, I'll be honest, I needed this. I've been I don't know, haven't been depressed, but at the same time, it's just like I love sharing stuff with say with other people, and this is sort of the win I needed for today. It's just been sort of a bad, just in general day, you know.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of those. I'm I'm glad we had a chat. I'm glad that we did this and that we get to know each other a little more. And like I said, this will not be the last time for sure. We're gonna have to set aside a day and just play with spells and magic. And I can show you some of the weapons that I've worked on. And
Oh, and I can show you some of the blueprints of the weapons I've sketched out.
Yes, yeah, for sure, absolutely. That's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited now. Yeah, I've been playing with some weapon like blueprints and stuff. Like I had this one. I had this one really cool idea for assassin's dagger. Then I also have another thing for like shell gauntlets that I'm calling them. That is like to say it's basically punching like better punching gloves that you can actually use in battle. Or I even had a rough idea of what you can possibly do and make a scythe.
Oh, ooh. I don't think I've ever used a site. Well, that'll be fun. You know what? Maybe Story would like to join us too.
Yeah,
Mm,
honestly,
yeah,
I'm
I'll. Mhm.
yeah. I don't know who they are, but I would love for more other people to come in and join. We could definitely prep
Well,
ahead.
they've been working on some weapon stuff too, but I don't know how much I trust them with new magic. They might get a little too excited. Um, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I wish I never. Man, ugh, now I'm really excited. I almost just don't want to leave. Say, ugh,
Well, you don't have to. If you ever need a room, we do have some that are still open, and yeah, the tavern's a great place to hang out.
I mean, I've technically never slept over at the tavern before. I know this is last minute, but and if there's no rooms, do not worry. You're not offending me at all. But maybe I could
You want
sleep
to take a room
over
for a night?
tonight. Yeah, room for a night.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? On the house. You've been
What?
great. You've been so nice to me. Yes, yeah, for sure. I'll get it all set up. I'll make sure that, you know, Lewis helps get that ready for you.
All right. Then you're definitely taking some of those spells as payment. Say I can't leave you empty-handed. I say my conscience could not allow that.
Oh, well, you're sweet. I will not turn that down.
Not pretty sure.
And mhm.
I'm not pretty sure. Say if you have any other ideas.
No, I was gonna say I think it's a great place to end it. It's just they, talk and walk back into the tavern and get them a room.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Indeed.
sweet.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Oh, this is so much fun. Thank you for playing with me.
Thank you for playing. I've had so much fun.
Yay! Welcome to the tavern. This is so normal compared to what we normally do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. I say yay.
Yep.
Why not has a thought now to maybe put up a little posters like, "Hey, you want to try out new spells?"
Spells here. 5 cents. Oh, that's fun. That'd be a fun game. Just spell testing.
Spell testing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will officially say goodbye. Thank you for everyone who was listening in the past, present, and the future. And thank you for playing with me. And have a good time zone, everybody.
Yep, have a good time zone. Bye.
Bye.